All right. What's up? What's good? What's going on? Welcome to the War Zone once again. Here we are with UFC Fight Night Vegas 59. Brian Ortega versus Yair Rodriguez. So what we're going to do, man, is we're going to do some brief predictions and breakdowns, and we're going to start from the early prelims and work our way all the way up to the main card. So let's get it. All right. First up, in the women's strawweight division, we have Jessica Penne against Emily Ducote. Now, as we all know, man, Jessica Penne is a UFC veteran, 16-year vet to be exact. She's a decent boxer, grappler. She's on a 2-fight win streak. Don't know how much she has left in the tank, but you know, you're gonna get a decent fighter in the ring. Now we have the debut here of Emily Ducote, but don't let that fool you, man. She took this fight on 6-week notice. This girl's experienced. She is the former Invicta champ. This girl can strike. She's got great footwork and great accuracy with her hands. So like I said, don't sleep on this one, man. This is a fight that I wouldn't really bet on, man. So but for myself, man, I'm gonna have to go with the newcomer, man, and Emily Ducote to outstrike Jessica Penne in this fight. So I'm gonna take Emily Ducote by decision, 29-28. Next up, in the men's welterweight division, we have Phil Rowe against Abubakar Nurmagomedov. So Phil Rowe, extreme big height and reach advantage in this, 4 inches in height and 8 inches in reach to be exact. This guy, he has the advantage in striking. He's got definite jiu-jitsu experience, man. He can hold his own in the ring. Now, Abubakar Nurmagomedov, he's very aggressive. Come forward. This guy's grapple heavy. Looks to wear his opponents down, man. And the thing in this fight, man, I just believe that the difference is going to be Nurmagomedov's grappling. So I'm gonna have to go with Nurmagomedov to win this one by a close decision, 29-28. All right, next up in the men's middleweight division, we've got Dwight Grant against Dustin Stoltzfus. So, Dwight Grant, this is another fight you want to stay away from, man. It's a toss-up fight, man. Dwight Grant strikes well from range. Decent takedowns and takedown defense. He does have power. Suspect cardio, though. This guy was KO'd just a month ago, so I think that's a little too early for him to be getting back in the ring. But Dustin Stoltzfus, at the same time, he can strike. He has good power. This guy's a BJJ black belt, but he's on a 3-fight losing streak. So you see why this is a really, really tough fight to pick. And the reason why, betting wise, I'd stay away from this fight. But I'm gonna give the edge to Dwight Grant, man. I think Dwight Grant is the better fighter here, and I think he can actually pull it out. So Dwight Grant by decision. All right, next up in the men's featherweight division, we've got Bill Algeo against Herbert Burns. So, Bill Algeo. This guy puts up a lot. He puts out a lot of volume and a lot of pace. He karate style striker. He's got great footwork. He's the type of fighter that will make a fight look ugly. He's a BJJ black belt. He's got great cardio, and he's tough. And he looks to outwork his opponents. Now, Herbert Burns, we all know as Gilbert Burns' younger brother. So we all know he has skilled trainers behind him coaching his brother. He can grapple. He's got power. But he's been on a 2-year layoff. I'm sure he'll probably be ready for this fight. But I just think that Bill Algeo is the safe bet here. So I'm going to go with Bill Algeo, man, to pull this one out. And I think he does it via decision. So I'm going to go with Bill Algeo. All right. Next up, in the men's light heavyweight division, we've got Dustin Jacoby against Daun Jung. So, now, when we're looking at these two fighters, Dustin Jacoby, high-level kickboxer. This guy's got thundering leg kicks, man. Looking to slow his opponents down. And once he does, man, he looks to land big shots. He's got power. He's got IQ. He's got volume. Then when we look over at Daun Jung, very technical boxer with solid grappling. 2 dominating wins in his last 2 wins. Very dominant. He's got takedowns. This guy can rack up some control time. He's got power. And he's on a 16-fight win streak. When I'm looking at this guy, man, and just what he's put together, it's hard to not go with Daun Jung. So I'm going to go with Daun Jung in this one to edge this one out in a close decision. So Daun Jung by decision. All right, next up in the men's bantamweight division, this is going to be a tough fight. Ricky Simon against Jack Shore. Ricky Simon's been around for a little bit, man. High energy. This guy is a wrestler, relentless at wrestling, man. He puts on a pace. He's got decent power. His cardio's through the roof, but he's hittable, but he's tough, and he's fought the better competition of the two fighters. Now when we're looking at Jack Shore is undefeated, people. Good grappler, move forward type of guy. He's got a decent kick game, man. Who will look, I think this fight is going to be based on who will break their opponent and who will execute their own game plan and impose their will on the other fighter. This is a really, really tough fight, man. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to pick. But, I mean, looking at the situation, man, I just feel like the undefeated fighter, I'd have to give him the benefit of the doubt, man, to get it done in a close war. So I'm going to go with Jack Shore in this one. But, like I said, it's a pick one, man. I wouldn't be mad at you if you pick Ricky Simone to win this fight. Next up, in the men's middleweight division, we've got Punahele Soriano against Dalcha Lungiambula. Man, this here is going to be a war as well, people, man. Let me tell you, man, Punahele Soriano's, man, is a good striker, big power, D3 All-American wrestler. But he's got suspect takedown defense. But this guy, man, can end the fight with one big shot. Now, when we look at Dalcha Lungiambula. He's a short, fast guy with big power in both hands. Will put your lights out. He will press forward. He can grapple, and like I said, man, just one good shot from this guy, man, can just change the whole fight, man. Put his opponent on the back foot. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I'm leaning towards Dalcha Lungiambula, man, just because of his power, and I think Soriano is going to be a lot more reluctant to, you know, try to close the distance. So I'm gonna give the edge to Dalcha Lungiambula, but Punahele, Soriano can end this fight with one shot as well. So it's up to you. You guys choose. But I'm giving the edge to Dalcha. Next up, in the women's flyweight division, we've got Lauren Murphy against Miesha Tate. So, Lauren Murphy, longtime UFC veteran, got beat up pretty bad, man, against Valentina Shevchenko. We all saw the damage that she took in that fight. This girl's a bully. She loves to come forward. She loves to clinch you and press you against the cage, throw knees, and apply pressure. Kind of poor head movement. She does get hit a lot. And she has the bully in order to win this fight. Now, here we have Miesha Tate, the former champion, former bantamweight champion, who is moving down to flyweight. I don't know how this weight cut's going to affect her, but I do expect her to be strong. She is known for her wrestling and her grappling. She can hold her own, very strong. And I think that Lauren Murphy does terrible against dominant grapplers, and Miesha Tate is a dominant grappler. And I think that's what she's going to have to do to get this fight done. I think she gets it done. I think she'll be in shape. She'll have the cardio to do it. So I'm going to go with Miesha Tate to pull out this fight in a decision. 2 rounds to 1. All right. Next up in the men's featherweight division, people, I'm calling it right now. I believe that this fight right here will be the fight of the night. Shane Burgos against Charles Jourdain. So Shane Burgos, high volume, puts a lot of pressure, comes forward. This guy has a chin. I love this guy's body work, how he loves to attack the body. But he takes a lot of shots as well. You know, he gives some to take some. So Charles Jourdain, come forward fighter. He's got a chin as well, very fast, calculated. He's got great timing, and he'll mix it up as well. This guy can sub you, and he's got unpredictable spinning attacks. So this one right here, man, is a toss-up, man, fight, but I believe it will be fight of the night. I'm calling it now. But I think Shane Burgos gets it done with his volume and his movement and his willingness to get on the inside, man, and land significant shots. So I got Shane Burgos pulling it out. But guess what? Charles Jourdain is the live dog, people. Charles Jourdain is the live dog. So moving on. Next up in the men's flyweight division, we've got Matt Schnell against Sumudaerji. All right, so Matt Schnell, he's more of a boxer, counter striker. He has decent BJJ. He loves to fight on the back foot and set people up and lure them in and then catch them with straight shots. Nice combinations, this guy. He's got great kicks. Very unpredictable. You got to be careful when you're approaching him, man. Very unorthodox way of striking. Sumudaerji, lightning fast hands. This guy, man, he throws a big volume. He's got cardio for days. He can hurt you. I'm just waiting for this guy, man, to get his first finish, because I mean, this guy's hands are really, really good. I think he outstrikes Matt Schnell. This is going to be a really, really close fight, but I think he outstrikes Matt Schnell and gets it done. So I'm going to go with the decision to Sumudaerji to pull this one out. Next up, in the men's welterweight division, we've got Jingliang against Salikhov. Wow, man. So Jingliang, this is a boxer, throws a lot of volume. This guy has power. Very, very tough, man. This guy's coming for a dogfight. Loves to mix it up. He's got kicks. And he does get wild at times and loves to throw these looping overhands out of nowhere. But he's suspect grappling, and his chin is suspect. I mean, you know, I've seen this guy get hit and do the chicken leg dance. So Salikhov, this guy here, man, is solid striker, hits very, very hard. This guy's got lead in his hands. He can wrestle. He's got great takedown defense and great takedown offense. So I'm looking for the difference in this fight to be the wrestling, and I think that Salikhov is the better wrestler, and he hits just as hard as Jingliang, and I think Jingliang at some point will get desperate and make mistakes, and I think he'll pay for them by getting taken down or getting caught. So I'm going to go with Salikhov to win this one, man, by decision. I say 29-28, 2 rounds to 1. But I think he's a safe bet, Salikhov, in this matchup. So, moving on. Next up, here we are in the co-main event of the evening. We have Miesha Waterson, the karate hottie, against Amanda Lemos. We all know Miesha Waterson, the karate hottie, 15-year veteran. She's fought many champions, Rose Namajunas. She's fought Angela Hill. She's fought Jessica Andrade. Very slick. She's got great movement. She's got kicks. Loves to pop shot with her kicks and her striking. She's low-key a decent wrestler. However, looking at Amanda Lemos, Muay Thai style, she loves to control the distance, man, and her range, man. This girl has power for days. She's got takedown defense, and she's absolutely dangerous on the ground. But she's got big power, and I think she's going to come forward. She is not going to be in the back foot in this fight. She's going to stalk Waterson down, and I believe she catches her at some point. I believe she catches her around the second or third round. I'm calling third round. I think, man, don't get me wrong, karate hottie is Miesha Waterson is very tough and durable, but I think that Lemos's power is just going to be a problem for him. So I got Lemos by third round KO in this one, and I think she's a safe bet to take in this fight. Okay, here we are in the main event of the evening, people. Men's featherweight fight between Brian Ortega and Yair Rodriguez. Wow. So, Brian Ortega. We all know, man, this guy has fought all the best. Just couldn't get over the hump, man, to win the championship, man. We all know that he had a tough loss against the current champ, Alexander Volkanovski. He had a shot in that fight, man. He was getting beat up that entire fight, man, but he did get a knockdown in that fight, and he had a failed submission attempt, man, where I felt like was seconds away from winning the title. But like I said, man, this guy is up and down in his career. He'll look decent in some fights, and then he just look completely terrible, like he did against Max Holloway. I mean, just completely beat up in that fight. The thing about Ortega, man, this guy, for his BJJ to be so good, he has a problem getting his opponents to the ground. It must be a cardio issue, I believe. I think he tries to pace himself throughout his fights. But he's got very dangerous BJJ, suspect takedown defense, but he's got solid striking, but he's just hittable. And like I said, I think for him to be successful, he has to get this fight to the ground. Now, Yair Rodriguez, very explosive, had a really bad loss to Max Holloway, but he was tough in that fight. I mean, you know, he competed. Had some injuries after that fight, but this guy's got spinning attacks. He's got a sub game. You know, he'll be in trouble if he can't defend takedowns, and I believe that his takedown defense will be good enough to defend somebody like a Brian Ortega. But if he happens to land on the ground, or they land on the ground, he's in trouble. Big trouble against Brian Ortega. Don't get me wrong, Yair has BJJ. But he's a better striker, and I believe he's coming off of a full camp. He's healthy. I'm giving the edge to Yair Rodriguez, man, I believe, to pull this one out, man. I'm just trying to figure out how Brian's going to really get this fight to the ground and make it really in his favor. So, you have it. I've got Yair Rodriguez, man, by unanimous decision. I think he wins 3 rounds to 2. And that's all I got for you people. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the bell icon for notifications. Check out the Warzone Boxing and MMA Fantasy League. You'll see the link in the description right below the matchups. So peace and blessings to all. And with that, I'm out.